Hi everyone, it's Rachel. Apologize for the image quality. I need to clean my lens. Note to self, don't put a puffy little uh, sticker on your lens. Just a note to self. If you do, clean it properly before you use it next. Um, so the topic for today is the um, persuasive speaker. So with a persuasive speaker, I think most of their qualities that they need to have is they need to know what they're talking about. I say this because if you really don't know what you're talking about, what is the point of being persuasive when you don't know what you're talking about? Um, the second one is they need to be engaged with the audience. I think if you interact with them and kind of hype them up about the product, like, hey, this is how this works, why don't you guys come on up and, see how it works? Things like that, or just asking questions to the crowd, things like that. The other thing that I really think they need is they need to be enthusiastic. You don't want a monotone speaker for anything, really, because it's boring. You have the tendency to fall asleep, and then what's the point of being persuaded if you don't even know what they talked about? Because you fell asleep because they were monotone. So that was my answer for question 1. Question 2 is give examples of successful persuasive speakers. So for the first part of this portion of this, just a few examples, self-explanatory salespeople. And then a really big one that I kind of want to touch on a little bit more than the other two, is TED Talks. I don't know if many of you have seen them, but I would recommend to research TED Talks. They talk a lot about really important topics like education, things like that, or the way your psyche works and the way of a child's psyche, and they just give you a bunch of information and tools to be able to learn more about that, so it persuades you to buy a book or to learn more about a certain topic. So I thought TED Talks were a really, really good example because of the fact of how knowledgeable those people are, how motivated they are to get this product or this cause out there, that they engage, they, you know, they're upbeat, they're, showing examples of, oh, if you do this, this is what's going to happen, or, things like that. The other one is a preacher. I don't know how many of you guys are religious and preferably don't want to get religious in this video, but if you've ever seen a preacher, you notice they're selling the word of the gospel or Bible. And depending on your religion, it just depends on what they are, I guess you could say, in turn, selling, or persuading you to believe that, if you go to any church, you really see that they're, trying to teach you, trying to, have you as their, you know, participants to learn more about Jesus or Jehovah or Buddha or whoever you believe, that, they want you to actually look into the Bible or anything of what religion it based off of. So that was another good reason that, or another good example of a persuasive speaker. Um, what makes them good at persuasive speaking? So, like I said, is what makes a good is basically going back to my first question, is what makes a good persuasive speaker. They know what they're talking about. They have enthusiasm on what the topic is, whether it be religion or how to change a diaper. I mean, you could persuade someone, oh, change your diaper this way. Well, this way works better for this person, and so on and so forth. And just having that and being engaged with the audience, knowing what you're talking about and being enthusiastic are really good things that I think all of these people have, especially in the TED Talks, because they're very motivated about their cause or topic that they're talking about, and they know a lot about it because they are either experts in those fields or they've had the experience themselves. And it really does go with, I believe, some with the preacher as well. Salespeople I put on there because they're persuading you to buy or purchase a big ticket item or a small ticket item, depending on what they sell. So they have to be good at persuading you or, talking the product up, or else you wouldn't buy the product and they won't get commission, commission if it depending on the car or whatever they're selling. But that was the answers to my questions. If you guys have any questions or want to talk more about what I spoke about in this video, go ahead and comment and I will try and get back to you guys. All right, thanks. Have a good week and happy Easter.